You know what I'm saying? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Yaga Rambles. What's going on? How's everyone doing today? I just came back from a toy hunt. I was unsuccessful in picking up anything new. Couple cool things out there. I just was like, nah, not today. You know what I mean? But I haven't gone out in a while, so I thought I was due. So no Collector's Core video for that one, but it's all good. I can tell you this, though, man. Going out reminds me how much I hate frickin' shopping. Like, with a passion. I grew up when I was a kid with a mom and two sisters, and you can imagine the sheer horror and hell I had to go through being dragged to every frickin' store known to man growing up. And all I wanted to do when I was a kid was go to the toy store, you know? There used to be KB Toys at the mall that I went to, and that's all I wanted. I wanted that, and as soon as I got in there, 30 seconds later, my older sister's like, Mom, I want to go! And like bitching. I never got much time. I got like less than 5 minutes after being dragged around for 6 to 8 hours, you know, shopping for clothes and all kinds of shit that no kid cares about. And even as an adult, I still don't care. I don't care about shopping. I'm a power shopper. When I go out, I know what I want. I get it. I get in. I get out. I can hit 4 or 5 stores in a 45-minute period. Just hit them. Go down the row in a line, man, and just knock each one out. I don't do it, you know. Excuse me. I don't do a whole lot of window shopping anymore unless it's for like something I'm looking for as far as collecting shit. But oh man, the group of people out at the mall, whew, you get all kinds of interesting characters, to say the least, out at the mall, man. So I don't go out there that much. But when I do, holy fuck. There's this couple, and I was walking down into Books A Million, you know, because they've got some nice stuff there. And you're coming down there's like 5 steps from Macy's to get to the floor. And I'm coming down the steps. This couple's about to go up the steps. And they both stop like, hey, we're going to... It almost like, to me, it looked like they're like going to take the steps together. Like, all right, we'll do this together. But then all of a sudden, I look over and they start doing lunges in the middle of the mall. Fucking lunges. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? This isn't the gym. It's the mall. So I was like, whoa, God. And then they got this other thing for kids that I seen. These kids can go on these little... They're dressed like animals. They got 4 wheels. It's like a mini ATV for kids. And they got paw prints on the ground that the kids follow in like a circle. And they can go drive around the mall in these things. I don't know if these are unique to just my mall or if they're out there somewhere else. But you got these little kids all of a sudden start coming past you on a fucking panda bear. And you're like, what the fuck? And just whizzing by you on these things. And, you know, it was pretty funny. I was like, well, where was that when I was a kid? I didn't have that shit when I was at the mall. I had to sit there and suffer and go to all these women's stores and things I didn't want to look at. That would have been great growing up, but oh well. Didn't find... The only thing I found when I was out today was I picked up this magazine, and it's pretty neat. It's by Hollywood Icons, the Best of Batman 50th Anniversary in Film and Television. And it's a look back at the actors, the villains, and the girls that made Batman a legend. So this is pretty freaking cool because, you know, I love Batman and everything he does. God damn it, cat! Shut the fucking door! Ah. That freaking cat knows how to open the door, doesn't know how to shut it. Oh, well. Anyway, so this is cool, man. It starts off, you know, back in 66 with Adam West, and then it just goes from there. There's articles, pictures, stories, and it goes by each year. I mean, it even goes back into the 40s, because if people don't remember, there was a show back in the 40s, The Batman, it was called. A lot of people don't remember that or even want to remember it, but, you know, that was really the first of Batman. So it's cool. It was like $13 for this thing, though. It wasn't cheap, but you know what? As a collector's edition, to like look at this, I mean, I love Batman. Batman is, it's just all around great. A clever billionaire who, just like, I don't know, the villains and stuff. Batman's sweet, man. That's like DC's golden child. A lot of people would think it's Superman. I think it's Batman. Because everybody loves Batman, no matter, like, even if you don't like comic books, it seems to be the general consensus is, I like Batman, though. And, that is what it is. And, The Dark Knight back in 2008 with Heath Ledger's Joker, man, that just, the way he portrayed insanity yet, evil genius in that was so great and still is great to this day. Perfect balance of nutty and clever, I think, in my opinion. So yeah, this is cool. Check it out. I'm gonna have to read through that. I was out looking for something to get for my Xbox One. Yeah, I don't play a whole lot of video games anymore, and then here I get the Xbox One, and I got a couple games, barely touch it. I feel like I'm just using it for my Netflix and shit again, so I gotta expand. But video games are expensive. Video games are $60 a pop when they come out. Like, fucking shit, dude. You just wait like 6 months for that game to come out, then it goes down to like $20 or less. Then you can buy it. $60 for a piece of plastic. A month later, it goes down like $20 in price anyway. Whatever. I get it. I mean, some people just can't wait and they pay that price, and they're, it used to be. Not so much. I remember we were kids, I think Super Nintendo games were like $25 brand new. And at that time, 25 years ago, that seemed like a lot of money. $25 a game, you're like, oh shit. I mean, that was a lot back then if you think of inflation and all that stuff, but I still can't justify, $60 a game. I don't get it. And then they got those like special edition games that are like $100+. And then when you do buy the game at $60, you get, if you play multiplayer online, which is what I do. I don't really play campaigns. I like to play online with people because I mean that was the coolest thing about Xbox for me, was being able to play online with people from all over the world, in my opinion. And then to buy maps and stuff, they're even more money. You're talking $120 a game. It gets pricey real fast, man. But then again, that's coming from a guy who collects, pieces of plastic and spends a pretty penny on those from time to time. But the good thing about my pieces of plastic and the difference of video games, you'll never get full value for that video game ever again, ever. The best you can do is if you buy it and decide you don't like it, is throw it up on Craigslist, and maybe you get $45 for it, maybe $50 if you can get it. In the first couple weeks that that game come out, maybe you'll get a little bit, most of your money back, but you'll never get 100% of it back. You get 100% of your money back if you were to sell your action figures. At least the shit I collect, So, to each his own, man. Whatever you collect. Some things hold value, some things don't, and you never really know. Anybody remember the Beanie Babies? Remember Beanie Babies? Holy fuck. The craze back in the, the late 90s there? Oh, God, my little sister, all about the Beanie Babies. And, I got a bunch packed away in, like, the attic somewhere. And you know what they are now? Worthless. Fucking worthless. At the time, they were so hot and in high demand, yeah, you can get a lot of money for them. Now? Nah, not so much. Not so much. So you got to be kind of weary because you don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell, especially when something's new, if it's going to be, that didn't last long. I mean, the Beanie Baby craze was a couple years, and then bam, it was over. It was done. Now they can't even give Beanie Babies away. I see them when I go out antiquing and shit at stores, and people are trying to get rid of bins. And I mean, unless it's something you personally want to collect, but I mean, obviously the demand is not there anymore for Beanie Babies. I got that Tabasco Bull. He was like, the one real expensive, like $200. I wonder if he's worth something. Maybe something. I don't know. I haven't really looked into the prices of Beanie Babies because I could give a fuck about what they're worth because I don't really care. I don't collect them anymore, and I always thought it was funny. That's kind of how I feel about Funko Pops, and I know that's kind of weird because I do a lot of videos on Funko Pops, but like when I first saw them, I saw them Really saw him back in 2014, like beginning of that when I went to C2E2, and I started seeing all of them around, and I never really noticed them until then. But I thought they're cool, like little vinyl figures. They're cute. They got movies and TV shows and cartoons and all that stuff. And, I'm like, I won't buy these. I'm not going to get into this stuff. And then here I am, buying them left and right, collecting. I like the horror collection, and then I started getting into it, and then I kind of died off a little. I'm not saying I don't like them. There's some ones that are just really fucking cool looking. But sometimes I think in the back of my head, I see some of these ones that are the more expensive ones, like, say, like the Cheshire Cat, that is the full Cheshire Cat, not the invisible one. He's, like, expensive. The Superman S, Goonies Sloth, with the Superman, he's pricey. Heat Miser, Snow Miser for the Christmas stuff. I mean, some of those, like $40-$50 or higher, $60 for these fucking Funko Pops. And I'm like, it's about, yeah. Then again, I don't know. They're too new. They haven't been out that long, like I think 2010 or 11. I could be wrong about that too, but when they started, they've been around for like 4 or 5 years. I mean, that's very new. So they're hot right now. I get it. And I like them. But, who knows what they're going to be in another 5-10 years. They could be worthless. I don't know. But they're still cool. I'm just going on a rant. I'm like totally on a fucking tangent here. That's making no sense because it's kind of contradicting things I do. Like, I collect things, but then I don't know about that. But the thing I know about Marvel Legends for sure is that those have always held their value and continue to increase in value. So I don't see that going down anytime soon, especially since the last, 7-8 years of, superhero movies. From Iron Man to, Dark Knight, Batman to everything we got coming out, Avengers and all that shit, and it's just not slowing down. And I'll tell you one thing I'm really excited for is the Deadpool movie coming out on February 12th. That just looks entertaining and fresh. You know what I mean? Like the Merc with a mouth, and it looks good. And the fact that it's rated R, like they're not skimping out on that, so you're going to see some blood and guts and swears and whatever else. Good for that. Because, a lot of comic books, man, it's funny that everything's rated PG-13, but in the comic books, let's not forget, a lot of people get fucking killed in horrible ways. And it's great that you get to see that now in Deadpool. So I think it's going to be fresh. And Ryan Reynolds is a good actor. He definitely plays that part. I mean, the 5 seconds he played Deadpool back in X-Men Origins Wolverine was good. So I'm glad they finally got this movie going. Only took them 6 years, but whatever. So, any other movies that you guys are excited about? I know I talked about, it's like the year movies. Deadpool's one of them. We talked about, Civil War, Captain America, definitely. Dawn of Justice, whatever. I'll see it, but whatever. What else is coming out this year? I don't know. Let me know. I've totally drawn a blank of the ones that seem really interesting. And oh man, yesterday was great. I got to go interview Chris Baker from Ink 180. I mentioned him before. He does great work. He's pretty much a pro bono tattoo artist that does cover-ups for ex-gang members, sex trafficking, and you don't think it's a big thing, but it is. And after hearing his story yesterday, very inspiring, very profound shit, man. It was cool to pick his brain. I got to go there with my buddies from KSF Productions because they're filming a documentary on art, and we were able to get in there and talk to him. He was a really cool cat, real cool dude, nice down-to-earth man. You could tell just a few minutes of talking to him where his head was at, where his heart was at, and I appreciated his time, and it was really, really neat to see where he was coming from and doing it. And he's got some killer tattoo stuff. Plus, I noticed he collects Funko Pops, so we had a little something in common, so that was pretty cool. I was like, oh shit, you got pop figures. Check them out. And I noticed a cool thing on his wall. He had this picture of the Hobgoblin throwing flaming pumpkins at Jack Skellington. And it was like this nice picture portrait thing. I was like, that's fucking awesome. He's like, yeah, it's pretty sweet. So it was cool. We hit it off. Really cool guy, man. Go check out Ink 180. And if you live in Illinois and you're from the Oswego area, get out there and get a tattoo. Give him some money for the tattoo. The man deserves a few dollars for his work because he does a lot of shit for free, and you got to admire that, because ain't a lot of people out there who do anything for free, But, fucking A. I got to read this Batman book. It looks fucking sick, dude. I flipped through it a little bit, but the articles are great. And I just smelled the magazine, as weird as that is. You ever do that? I like the smell of new magazines. Is that weird? I don't know. It's probably weird. After I said it, it sounds pretty crazy. But yeah, the magazine smells good. I don't know, that fresh off the newsstand magazine, something about it. It's just great. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to get out of here. Obviously, I have had way too much coffee today. Way. All right. I know I said my next podcast was going to have my fellow friend comedian Joe DeGand on here, but he was he was sick, so we had to reschedule. Don't know when we're gonna do that. Maybe sometime next week we'll get him back on here and we can shoot the shit about our opinions, or my real opinion on the Star Wars movie. It was amazing, yes, but we can definitely talk about that for a long time. All right, guys. Everyone have a good day. Anybody? What do you guys like shopping? What do you shop for if you do? Are you a power shopper? Do you know the hunters out there who go on toy hunts? Where do you go? Would you have any secret places that are good finds, treasures? I want to know. Leave me some comments on this. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Also, you can download this episode on SoundCloud, Yaga Rambles. You can find me on there. A lot of good podcasts out there, too, if you go on SoundCloud, man. Just type in, comedy or anything, and a whole bunch of shit comes up, and I've listened to a lot of things, and I'm starting to branch out to some new podcasts. It's just I only have so much time in the day. I got to support other friends' podcasts, and plus podcasts I've been listening to, and video making, and work, and blah, blah, blah. And obviously, since you're hearing this, I didn't win the Powerball. Gosh darn it. Oh, boy. Nope, I didn't do it. So, better luck next time. Congratulations to the people who did. I think there was 3 winners, something like that, or whatever. Good for you. I hope you people can. I hope that all your dreams come true and shit like that. So I'm happy for those people who did win. I hope it landed in the hearts and hands of good people. We'll see. But all right, guys, I'm out of here.